Oftentimes, people will come back from a missions experience and say, it changed my life completely. But what does that mean exactly?
We want to take that statement and kind of unpack it for people instead of just being a life-changing experience, really showing why it was life-changing.
7 weeks, 3 countries, 2 cameras, 1 goal. We've set out on a journey to capture the day in, day out sights, sounds, and experiences of living and working in cross-cultural ministry today. Come with us as we meet people responding to God's call on their lives and check out the incredible places it's taken them to. MB Mission is an organization dedicated to taking the gospel to the least reached peoples of the world. And it's happening through the efforts of people who are willing to surrender their lives to God and go. I love that my job is sharing those stories through video as part of MB Mission's media team.
My wife Celeste and I were both feeling God calling us into ministry together. And He connected us to MB Mission through this media internship.
Phil and Celeste were an answer to prayer for sure. Phil and I were both missionary kids. I grew up in West Africa. My parents are still missionaries there in Burkina Faso.
I grew up in England, and my parents are now missionaries in Thailand.
We also discovered that Phil and I were both hugely impacted by doing Trek. Trek is MB Mission's long-term, short-term program, as I like to call it, where teams are formed, trained, and sent out to serve alongside long-term missionaries.
The Trek program does a really good job at giving you all of these resources that prepare you to go.
But first thing I think of when I think of Bible study is that it's about the heart. I've taught in Trek about Bible study before, and we've done different things over the years in terms of small group Bible study.
JM came up with this idea to go and film these trekkers doing what they're doing, just daily life stuff.
So before we knew it, we were in Abbotsford, BC, meeting this year's participants.
And we got to build relationships with these other trekkers, with the girls going to Mexico and the team going to France, and Orly, who became a really good friend of ours, who's in Burkina.
So my name is Aurélie. I come from France, and I'm going to Burkina Faso in Africa.
Hello. Hi, Mom.
I'm Andre Winks from Vancouver, BC. I'm here with my wife, Carrie.
And I'm David from Germany.
I'm Ben Clausen from Leamington, Ontario.
And we're going to France.
Okay, my name is Tessa, and I'm from Chilliwack, BC.
My name is Annette Kühne. I'm from Germany.
My name is Kim Unra. I am from Abbotsford.
My name is Erin Bader. I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
I'm Ari Castillo, and I'm from Visalia, California.
My name is Daniela Kemning. I'm from Germany, and I'm going to Mexico, Guadalajara.
So far, I think it's been a really good program. The things that I've learned here, I feel like I can live them out in my everyday life in Canada, not just in Mexico.
Yeah, it's been so good. And I mean, just the training so far being this good, I'm sure that the next 7 months will be just as amazing.
Getting our hands dirty a little bit, I think is just going to teach us that much more from what we've already learned and be able to put it into practice.
I think what I learned is that God wants to use my voice to witness who He is, and not just my acts of kindness.
As you can see, we don't have all of our trekkers present. We have some who will be joining us who just officially got accepted for their France visa.
Like, there's a cost to come in on Trek. It's not an easy or flippant decision. The team we're working with has been there for 2.5 years, and so they're pretty fresh. Church just starting, and so I'm excited to see what the beginning process of that would look like, and and join in that kind of work.
Ooh, go to France. Let's go.
Like long-term missions is something that has been kind of in the back of my head for a long time. And I think it'd be really cool to see what exactly that looks like. Because before, everything's short-term, like you get a little sense of it, but not nearly as much as I will in the next 7 months. And I think that's gonna be really cool. Don't wait to give everything to God. That's something that, especially in North America, we struggle with a lot. We have to learn to let go of everything. Put God first. Don't worry about everything else. Give it away if you have to. Like just, it's a distraction. And that's something really important that not a lot of people get.
Bye, David. Bye. See you later, buddy.
The light, what we were talking about, it going faster, so it made it, basically it's half the time as it was before. So now it goes faster than it was before, and then this white is here for longer, and then it gets to that spot, and then it like slows down and pulls out, and then there's that really cool red. The project initially was for us as a team, Jam, Celeste, and myself, to just visit the teams, the Trek teams in Mexico and in France.
And then, just one day, we were kind of thinking, why aren't we going to Burkina too? We're already going to be in France. And if you look at the map, it's just not that much of it's just a little jog down to Burkina.
And then this was like a week before we left.
And so we met with the rest of our media team. They liked the idea, but to add Africa to our trip, God had to provide the money needed to go to Burkina Faso and the rest of our support, which was a pretty big number for us. We just kind of prayed about it as a team, in the back of our minds, just kind of thinking it's probably not going to happen, but we'll go through the motions anyway.
God provided the money somehow. It all came in. I don't even see how it adds up.
Good luck on your mission.
Yeah, thank you. I got a visa. It smells funny, but I got my passport back.
It says that we're going to Burkina Faso. This is my yellow fever shot, and it looks a little weird.
Looks like you got the yellow fever.
I think they gave me the yellow fever.
This makes me so happy. We leave tomorrow. Okay, let that sink in for a second. So the day before we leave to go to Mexico, we're booking tickets to fly to Burkina Faso.
It was a bit of a sprint to the finish and get everything together, pack our bags, get our shots, get our visas, get our passports, and then leave.
I'm amazed at how perfectly God's made this all happen. And I can't wait to see how he's been at work in the teams.
And then all of a sudden we're on a plane and we're in Guadalajara, next thing we know.
Next time on This Is Why We Go. So we had our first taste of Mexico, and it was delicious.
We
want to get there, I think.
You think?
Not lost, just finding new roads and new ways to get places.